Introducing foretrackr, the new innovative digital forensics web platform which leverages blockchain technologies in conjunction with hash encoding to secure evidence files safely and maintain ledgers of their chain of custody. So I've just said a bunch of random buzzwords that most people will not understand, but we, even though we are completely inexperienced in this field, decided to conduct some research. We noticed that chains of custody are very inefficiently tracked. They use paperwork. In the modern day, for digital forensics, one of the most advanced tech fields in, well, law, they use paperwork. And we realized this is just surprisingly useless. So we decided to leverage blockchain technologies to create an accurate, encoded ledger for each time the file is accessed. This means that now autonomously you're tracking each well, access point. So that's where the name came from, foretrackr. But the fact is, our product is multifunctional in one core aspect. It also hash encodes our file, and every time someone accesses our file, it checks if our file has been changed at the start and at the end of the accessing. This means that we know where and when an evidence file could be changed. Now, in digital forensics, there's a huge, enormous issue with digital evidence, being thrown out because it's been considered tampered. And very tech-savvy attorneys can often prove digital evidence has been tampered, even if only a space has been added. Therefore, we track any changes in the files by comparing the encoding, the SHA-256 encoding of the current evidence file at each log point. And if it has changed, we know that now we can perform a rollback to the original evidence file to make sure the integrity of the evidence has not been harmed. And so that means that the forensics team can always submit accurate evidence, and they don't have to have the chance of it being tampered by non-tech savvy or non-tech savvy law firms by accident, or even malicious insiders or outsiders purposefully. So now I'll show you our product itself. Okay, so here is foretrackr. This is our product, and as you can see, this is our homepage. It's the premier digital forensics storage tool. This is just some information on the product and who's created it. You'll see them in the credits. And now we're accessing just to see the ledger. This is for people who want to just see the ledger, which is less important in comparison to the what would you call it, to the evidence, because the evidence is actually being used in law. So you can see this is just some sample ledgering, Carlington data dump. We've just created a little ledger, and you can see the hash of the ledger changes. So we created this actually, and we worked on the web page, the backend in Python, and hosted it in Google Cloud. And now we're accessing level 2 admin. And as you can see, we're going to see the ledger and the evidence dump here. And this means that the highest access, which is going to be the forensics digital team, can see all the evidence as well as the ledger and check if where and when the ledger has been changed. Because you can see here the time and the date is shown, as well as the user. So all the users are red, which is me right now, because this is a sample piece. But usually you'd have the user being Bob, John, Paul, whatever name. And now we can upload evidence as well. You can upload your own evidence, and it will be logged as an access type upload. As you can see, there's access type right below all accesses. And now we're just going to log some evidence in, more evidence. And now upload. And now we've got another evidence file which we can access by going back in.